Hello guys and welcome to the channel. This is Baby Rule. In today's video I'm making an update to my main build in PvE. It's gonna be a very small update because more things can be changed in the future or to be expected actually. So in the last balance patch, this skill or this trait in Untamed was changed. It is now grant either poison or slow instead of vulnerability or weakness. So if you are unleashed, you will grant poison to the enemy UCC, and if your bit's unleashed, you will grant slow. So right now this trait became more DPS than the one we used to use before Blinding Outburst, because we are playing a condition mainly ranger. It is a hybrid with celestial, but we take condition traits, which mean our bit is not extremely supported. It doesn't have the extra stats that you can get, for example, from Beast Mastery or something like that. So that's why the extra damage to the bit is not that useful, especially with Turtle, since we use Turtle and Recurrent. However, the extra poison while we play condition is very useful, and you can still have it as an option to a very good CC if you apply the slow. But we already can have a huge amount of CC. We will break any defiance bar in the game. It's just a matter of time with this build, and I will be explaining why. So most of the time I would advise to use your CC, which come from short bow 5 and from the knockdown from exploding spores, while you are unleashed, to apply the poison. Now that's the first change. This trait, I still tell you, you can take whatever you want. You can choose enhanced impact or cleansing unleash. Obviously this trait is useless for PvE. It's not really a good option. It's less useful than the other two. So I used to take cleansing unleash just to be tanky, like a stand even condition, and I have access to cleanse even if I spam my skills. So simply by unleashing I can remove conditions. However, I'm focusing a little bit right now on the quickness aspect of it, and even access to stability if I want, because of this trait. So I'm playing with it more actually to just increase my DPS or total effectiveness in solo gameplay. And we still go with Fervent Force. However, we know Fervent Force gonna be either nerfed or reworked soon. So when that happen, I might do another update. And generally, you need to know if it's not working for the build, if it become completely useless for condition build or whatever, if they change it completely and it's bad, my go-to will be Restorative Strike, since we are playing hybrid, and both our weapons do decent bar damage, but especially Axe can do really good one, and it will be a good sustain source for us. Besides, the added protection will mean some healing because of rugged growth, and we also have healing bar, so the healing number is high, and it's more than 800 healing every 10 seconds, so it is a good thing. But for now, and as long as this skill will still be useful, I will go with Fervent Force. That's for the changes to the Untamed itself. Now also the patch have delivered a very good thing, which basically that all the unleashed skills, the things that need you to have a CC to the enemy, like if the enemy is CC'd, you will apply the second condition. Like this one, it will apply the vulnerability if the enemy is disabled, and also this one will apply the slow if the enemy is disabled, only remove the boons and do the damage. And this one will apply the chill if the enemy is disabled. However, if you're fighting normal enemies without defiance bar, it will still work the same. Only if you use exploding spores or concussion shot, you would be able to apply those skill effect. Even any CC, even if you're in Turtle and you use lunge, that slam, and while they are knocked down you apply those skills, you will get the second effect. But if you have an enemy with a defiance bar, you will apply the second effect no matter what, without a disable. It counts as a disable in general. As we explained it with the barbit, like all the hammer skills, even some of the ranger trait are now work the same way, like this one, Predator's Onslaught and stuff like that. So basically you will always apply the vulnerability, you will always apply the slow and the chill, which mean you will not only prevent a defiance bar from regenerating, you will be always bringing it down. Beside having also immobilize and daze or stun with a knockdown, and also another source for chill beside source for immobilize. So you have enough condition to rotate between different conditions to break any defense bar, even if we talk about a legendary. Which get me to what does that affect the build. With every condition ranger build, most of the time we don't have enough to break any defense bar. That's why my go-to was Child of Earth, since it will be pulsing slow and it will already apply and immobilize. and you can rotate it with other skills like chill and stuff to break any defense bar. But we no longer need it. We can have like 6 seconds of slow only by this skill. We have a lot of chill, other sources of CC, so this skill became useless. Yes, it is some fury and condition cleanse, but we already have too many survivor skill to go with survival, and we already have a ferocious grip, so we don't need the fury, and we already have enough condition cleanse, I would say. So right now druid was the only in PvE, was the only one I would go with test for danger, because it can apply the same through Celestia Avatar. For example, if you go to Celestia Avatar, you can have extra days, and you can have pulsating slow and end with a huge immobilize, 5 stacks of immobilize. So for druid PvE, you can check my old build. I used to go with test for danger. Right now Untamed can provide the same functionality, even maybe even superior to druid in a little bit, because of those access to skills, pulsing chills, pulsing slow, and immobilize to every target. It can do wonderful. So I went for test for danger for extra damage. We gain expertise by 7% from our vitality, and we get even increased vitality. As you see, I don't even use food now, and this would house a final form look basically with both of my food sources. Look at those 30k health. That's what I'm talking about. So that's the changes for our traits. However, for my gear, I run full celestial, except my weapons I go with dire. So everything is celestial, as you can see. And I run a Cry Rune, which get me to 98% bleeding, which is very high, even because of the food itself. It can or utility, it can grant a little bit of expertise. However, I used to use sigil of bursting and sigil of malice, but as you see, I don't need malice, because going for test for danger have increased my expertise a lot. Without it, it's 88, and with it, it's 98, so it increased me by 10%, exactly what malice do. If I use sigil of malice right now, I will be overcapping, and it is useless, or I would have to change some celestial pieces, and I don't wanna do that. So what I did is I removed Sigil of Malice, and now I go Sigil of Earth, which is a DPS increase. And right now this build in a perfect rotation, like if you really apply your skills effectively, if you start with Axe and spam your skills and then start resetting them with Fervent Force, like with applying the CC, and then move to shortbow, applying the CC again and stuff like that, you would go up to, like on a normal enemy alone, on a champion in the open world, you would do like 14k DPS damage easily. So it increased by almost 3k or a little bit less. It is much more powerful now. The only thing you miss is maybe extra condition cleanses from the healing. It used to be 4, now it is 2, and also I don't use cleansing unleash anymore, but basically you still have 3 skills to condition cleanse with them, and you're still a bit tanky against condition with resolution, for example. So those are the changes I want to share with the build. And as I said, if there is a change to Fervent Force that require another update, I will be doing it if Fervent Force is still functions the same. So this will be the final version, as you know right now. If you have any question, put in the comments, and the link to the full explanation, the guide to the build itself will be in the comment, and I will see you next time. Peace.